Alola everyone and welcome to round 3 of the second Pleiades Tournament. I intend to upload all of these Tournament 2 videos pretty quickly and then Tournament 3 following it, with occasional some other videos in between, but I intend to upload them pretty quickly so that I can get to where we are currently in the tournaments. If you are interested in joining tournaments like this with a very limited card pool, then use the link in the description to join our Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament Discord server called the Pleiades Dimension. And pretty soon we'll be starting a new tournament. We're nearly done, I'd say, under a week from finishing up our current tournament. So in about a week we will be opening registrations for the new one. And it's going to be a really exciting one. And I really hope to see you all there. So if you're interested, use the link in the description. If I forget to put it there, just tell me in the comments and I'll give you a link. Now, round 3 of the second tournament is against Austin Recht. We have won twice, and I intend to keep it going that way. Immediately, they don't have set cards, so let's just pile on the pressure. Vylon HEROs, Witch of the Black Forest, put on some attacks. They have Sangan, and they add Toon Warrior. They have an interesting deck. Not really. They can't add Toon Warrior with Sangan, though. But they have an interesting deck with Tuners, with Warriors. Strategy around that, as opposed to going for an archetype like Lavels, like Vylon, like Hero. So let's see how we do against them. One set card, that's the thing they just draw, so that could be a dangerous one. Marauding Captain into Marauding Captain. So that's a Marauding Captain lock, because it will go infinitely between them. Like, oh, you can't target the Warriors except this one, so it goes to one Marauding Captain, so it goes to the other one. They come for this one, come for this one. So we need to get rid of one. So I play Ranger, summon it first before I play Smashing Ground, to make them not really know what I'll be doing, to break their luck. This is where I play Smashing Ground, get rid of one, just that removes the luck. And now with the risk of Mirror Force being there, and it actually is Mirror Force, I still attack because I have 7 Tools of the Bandit. Nice. That is Marauding Captain going down Witch of the Black Forest with the direct attack, Vylon HEROs with the direct attack, and they only have 3 cards in hand. I have 3 on the field, and still 3 remaining in my hand to do some fancy stuff with, either attack or defend. Looking good. They have Smashing Ground, so that's Ranger out. And they play a set card. I have another 7 Tools of the Bandit that's helpful for later on. Would they draw into another Mirror Force? Good opening for me. Not a great opening for them. They do have Crystal Seer. They get Darkblade to their hand, likely to equal Vylon HEROs on attack, while destroying something else, which makes it harder for me to deal with him. Either I need to crash HEROs into the Darkblade, or I need to Xyz to solve the problem. They do summon Darkblade, and as I would expect at that point, they don't go for the max amount of damage they could have dealt, instead going for letting me deal the least amount of damage. In this case, taking out Sparkman. So I summon Sparkman, and then overlay it with Witch of the Black Forest to summon Gemini Pearl, which can get over Darkblade and get me that first win. That didn't turn out to be too difficult. I started pretty well. They didn't have a lot of back row, so that didn't really work out for them. They had 1 with the Mirror Force on their second turn, but I had 7 tools ready for them. And then my monster lineup just worked out better than theirs. So it can just be that quick, even though it took a decent amount of turns. It is possible to be that quick. So now we go into game 2. Austin Recht gets the choice who goes first and second. They want to go first, so I will go second and have the first option to attack. I draw into Scrap Iron Scarecrow. I have Ranger, I have Double Summon, I have Prism. I'd say I'm pretty happy with that. I have 2 set cards, so I have to be careful. I summon Ranger to get some extra cards in my hand. I get myself my Clayman. I get my Sparkman. Now I'm going to play Double Summon with Prism now, because I don't want to lose my Colossal Fighter. I have 2 Scrap Iron Scarecrow, so I just let them attack to me. Playing my Scrap Iron Scarecrow, I have to remember, I played the one in Spell and Trap Zone 4, so that whenever I activate it the next time, I keep activating that one to not reveal that the other card is also Scrap Iron Scarecrow. But I do have that one set, just in case they stop the first one with like 7 Tools of the Bandit or anything else, I can still use the other one. Time for a defense monster, time for a set. I do have Magic Jammer. I believe that's one of my side deck cards, I don't quite remember. I play Scrap Iron Scarecrow. This time they do decide to use 7 Tools of the Bandit. And because Attack Declaration is now gone, Ranger does get destroyed. I can't activate the other Scrap Iron just yet. I play Clayman as a set monster, hoping they'd attack into it, saving me from using Scrap Iron and just dealing a little bit of damage to them as well. But they immediately go Exile Force without seeing what it is, and they take out Clayman. Darkblade takes a Mystic Tomato. I don't want to reveal my Scrap Iron Scarecrow yet. Also, Tomato gets me a new monster, Witch of the Black Forest, which will help me maybe get something I like later on. I summon Vylon Prism, and this time I do decide to go for the Synchro Colossal Fighter, which with its mandatory effect goes Chain Link 1, and with its optional effect, Prism goes Chain Link 2, pay 500 life points, equip it to Colossal Fighter, and if it attacks or is attacked against 1,000 attack during damage type only, bringing it up to 3,800, but also in any graveyard, any warrior type gives it another 100 attack. So Exile Force is there. Here's Clayman, here's a Ranger, so that already puts it at 3,100 attack, and with Prism that'd be 41. I decided to take out another Prism from my deck to help my plays later on. Colossal Fighter 4,100 against Darkblade, but they have Sakuretsu armor, so unfortunately that is the end of Colossal Fighter. It wasn't the start of a battle, so I'm unable to use its effect. And I can't save itself. I can't save Colossal Fighter either, because that's what Tetra, my level 2 Vylon tuner, would do. Prism just increases the attack. They have Warrior returning alive to get Exiled Force back, likely to have it as a play for later on. I do let them because I don't feel that scared from this card. They just attack with Darkblade, but I do play Scrap Iron Scarecrow. I revealed that I have a second one. And I like what I draw. Solemn Judgment, the one copy that we can have, because remember, normally it's 3 copies in the TCG right now, but for this turn we decided to limit it because we felt otherwise it would be too powerful. I play Ranger. Ranger's effect gets me a Sparkman, and gets me the other Sparkman, so that's all my potential searches from the deck for Ranger done. Double summon into Prism, and I Synchro for another Colossal Fighter. Ranger, it left the field, and it went to the graveyard. So that effect can activate. Prism, once again, just like the 1 or 2 turns ago it was, equips the Colossal Fighter. Ranger gets me back Clayman. I have 1, 2, and 3 warriors here. No warriors here anymore, so it's still 3,100 attack for me. 4,100 if Prism works out. Do they have Mirror Force? Sakuretsu, they have Mirror Force. Yeah, that was the risk, and 2 turns in a row that didn't work out. Now you could say, yeah, how could normally you wouldn't play it like that and you had Solemn Judgment to stop it next turn, right? Yep, okay. You could argue that, but this is what I decided on, and it didn't exactly work out. Their turn then. They play a new set card. I'm not a fan of that, but I have Solemn Judgment, so I don't feel that afraid. Marauding Captain brings that Exiled Force. For some reason in defense, I guess to protect from Mirror Force, to still have something to defend with if I play Mirror Force. But I don't have it. I have Scrap Iron Scarecrow, Magic Gem, Solemn Judgment. So where's my Mirror Force? I say in the chat, and then I draw into it. Not that I'm gonna tell them. Sparkman, go. Attack Marauding Captain. I can't attack any other warrior, so Marauding Captain goes down. 400 damage. Set Mirror Force, hopefully they'll attack into it. They destroy Sparkman with Exiled Force. Summon Sangan. I don't want to do this yet. I could just take 1,000 and slip the other Scrap Iron Scarecrow. I think I want to either wait until they have something stronger on the field, or a lot more months in attack position to destroy with the Mirror Force. I think that's a better play to keep it until later. Summon Mystic Tomato, take out the Sangan, another 400 damage. So, in terms of life points, Austin is still leading. I feel that I still have the better chance with my set cards. I have a Scrap Iron Scarecrow, which they don't seem to have. The question is, what do they have? Now they play Smashing Ground to get rid of Tomato. That wouldn't allow it. That wouldn't destroy my monster, and then it wouldn't allow me to use Tomato's effect, and I don't like that. So let's use Magic Gem to stop it and Sparkman to the graveyard. Giant Hero Signal. It's a pretty nice card, even though I've already used all my search for Ranger, so it's not that great. Here I decide I want to just get rid of that Dark Blade, so I summon Clayman to keep the other things with higher attack for later on. In response to the summon, let's see how long that was. That was on 49. They said wait on 57. So that is within 10 seconds. So I expect that here I allowed it. Yes, I did. But I have my own Solemn Judgment to keep my own, to stop their Solemn Judgment. So they lose the 800 life points. Dark Blade is gone. I set a card. So I'd say I'm in an even more advantageous position now. They flip summon Crystal Seer. They must either already have a response in hand, something like Mirror Force, in case I attack into Crystal Seer, or they're just really hoping to get something good out of this. Junk Synchro back to deck, Marauding Captain to the hand. They had Warrior returning alive, so with Marauding Captain, they could bring out Exiled Force. And otherwise, they'd have just brought Exiled Force on its own, likely. So there comes Exiled Force, taking a Gemini Pearl. It's a nice play from them. So I took the 100 damage from Crystal Seer and then stopped Marauding Captain with Scrap Iron Scarecrow. Still keeping my Mirror Force secret. Vylon Hept for the big attack power, hitting them for big damage on Crystal Seer at 1700 damage. They're only left with 600. There's no Gaga Cowboy here, and even if there was, I don't quite have the option to summon it quite yet. I'm going to capture the defense, a new monster in defense. I need 3 attacks to win. I don't quite have that. I do have 2. Hept attacks the defense monster, destroys Sangan, and they get Baby Jellyfish to their hand. Interesting. We haven't seen that one in action yet. I think Austin was the only one that used Baby Jellyfish in their deck. I think to use with as a level 2 alongside Junk Synchron to get level 5 Synchros out, Junk Warrior. Missing Tomato takes out the captain, and unless they have something great, this might be game next turn. They have Lightning Vortex. They drew Lightning Vortex. Baby Jellyfish to the graveyard, and my face-up monsters are destroyed. They are still in it with a shot. And then they have Elementor Neos Alias as well to deal some big damage. However, remember when I asked would I be getting my Mirror Force? Yeah, I drew Mirror Force that turn. I could have stopped this one with just Scrap Iron Scarecrow as well and not taken any damage. But then Sparkman couldn't go over Alias, and I realized that considering what they've already played and the fact they only have 1 card left in their hand, if I play Mirror Force now to take out the Alias, I can just summon Sparkman next turn and take the win in this duel, which means the win in this match. Yeah, I did draw Mirror Force that turn, Austin, and I kept it from you. Sparkman attacks directly, and I win, going 3-0. It's 3 matches won out of 3 rounds. I'm looking pretty good. I haven't won yet. I haven't even reached the top 3 in the tournament yet. I've only won 3 matches. I could potentially still lose the next 4. So I have to keep trying. There's a lot of different decks in this tournament. There's a lot of powerful and skilled duelists. And I just have to keep at my A game to see if I can win this all. Win everything. Let's try that. Let's see you in the next one. Goodbye.